So what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of Extinction Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. And this figure is probably one of the better figures to come out of that entire line. And this figure is crazy good. If you've never owned this mold or ever played around with it, it's so good. It's so good. The figure itself, just looking at it, it's a design of Optimus from the movies that I kind of wish he had from the start in a way, but I also don't, because I think the Optimus Prime from the movies, I think it's still a good design. I understand why people say they don't like it, but I think it's actually a really good design. So, there's that. Now, there's one thing I kind of dislike about this figure, and the only thing I'm going to say I dislike about this figure. His face, he doesn't have a mouth plate. He just has barren face Optimus Prime. He also has white light piping. See, white light pipes. So, you can kind of see it when I put my finger over it, that it's glowing a little bit. Just a little itty bitty bit. Also, sorry for uploading 3 reviews today, if you want the truth. I was just really bored, and I decided, you know what, I'll just review Evasion Prime. I mean, as far as this figure goes, there's not really many complaints I have with him. One slight one, though, I guess, would be his arms here. They either have to be on this constantly weird angle, or you have to break the arm. So it's either, it's like that, or the arm's broken. And looks funny. So it's kind of weird that they did that. Other than that, though, pretty good. Even the kibble, there's none. There's no kibble on this guy, man. There's none. A bit on the arms, I guess, you want to count those, but from the back. No kibble. Bit barren, though. It's just gray. Back there. I mean, the feet look great. Bit of chippage on this toe here. You might be able to see it, but he's old. I actually played around with this guy, so that makes complete sense. Paint-wise, there's not a ton in the robot mode. Even the grill's not painted here. These lights are, and that's really it. Most of the paint's in the alt mode. So yeah, most of this is just red-blue sculpted plastic with a bit of translucent. These little chest bits here, which if I open up, you can see how hollow the figure is, but if they're closed, man, he still looks good. He's just a solid chunk up top. And his accessory he comes with is Megatron's shotgun from Dark of the Moon. Now, this is an accessory that I probably should have grabbed Dark of the Moon Megatron for, because I'm pretty sure he can hold it. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure he can, and it's with this handle here. Because this is the actual, handle of the shotgun. The trigger is right there. That's the trigger well right there. They just make it kind of look like a stock. So Optimus looks like that. Could fire a missile. The missile's in a box. I don't know what box. All I know is it's in a box, and it's probably at the bottom of it. So I never bothered to go get it. My bad. The articulation on this Prime is great. He has a ball joint in the head. I'll push him back a bit so you can see it a bit better. So he has a ball joint in the head. He also has a bit of a tilt in there. It's like a little hinge right there. So very nice at the head. Forward and back the arms. Outward. Very soft ratchets. I don't even know if it's going to be picked up. A swivel there. An elbow that goes in pretty much beyond 90. You can see. It's pretty much the transformation, though. His hand rotates. Easier to show with the shotgun hand, because it's way easier to rotate with the shotgun hand. He does have a waist. Forward and back. Outward. And when you move out, the wheel does move. He does have a knee joint, and this knee pad will move. He does have a swivel, though it's really tight at the hip. And in the foot, he does have forward and back and an ankle tilt. So he's a quite articulate guy from a very mediocre line of toys. And I do stand by that fact that Age of Extinction is... The toys are just alright from that movie. They really... Nothing tops Revenge of the Fallen. Nothing ever will. No one will ever top that. Even the studio series, I don't think, is possible of topping Revenge of the Fallen. Them toys are just great. They were amazing. So yeah, let's just get into the transformation. First thing, remove gun. Second thing, you don't have to fold in the fist, so there's that. So first thing we're going to do is come up to the back and then flip out these little wheel well bits. I don't even know if that showed up on camera because I pushed them too close. Flip those up on both sides. And come to the chest, open it up, and then flip up that bit there. And this is where it starts. This is where the madness begins. Flip his legs forward and then take his feet. So press on his shin and then it'll rotate, and then you press on the foot and it'll go into place. And it'll form the back of the truck. So come up to the front here and flip these back, and that starts to form a bit of the grill. The thing I find really good about the grill on this guy is the grill on the chest is faux, but the actual grill is behind it. So it is a faux grill, but the part that it is still there, which is really cool. I quite enjoy that they did that. Now, the worst part of this transformation is the arms. I'm not going to lie. It's the most tricky step of the whole thing, as they have to be just perfect. Right now, this looks like a very mushy blob, I know. But the arms have to go through. I think I just jammed that one. I think it's because I got that folded, if you want the truth. So I'm just going to fold those around. The arm is always the trickiest part for me, man. It's a constantly tricky bit. There we go. There it is. There's one arm through. We just got to get number two. Number two goes through just as easy. It was just how I had it. Fix the head so that little gray bit's not sticking up in the alt form. Take these bits and they just fold in the back and then flip up this little pipe smokestack right there. Put that there, and take the front, and then the front will peg in to those little bits that we folded out, and the grill will form up with it. And there we have Optimus Prime's alt mode, which is it's the truck, isn't it? It's the Boxmobile, and I mean, how do they can't screw it up. It's impossible to screw this up. They do it too many times now to even screw it up. And it's funny because I thought this one would never be topped as the most movie accurate, but then Bumblebee's Studio Series dropped, and trust me, that will be reviewed someday. It will be. But for now, we have Evasion Mode Prime to review. I mean, paint-wise, like I said, a lot of paint gets revealed in this form, and I'm glad they held off for paint in this form more than the robot mode. The silver stripe around it, the Autobot logos are there. The whole grill and bumper are painted, the headlights are painted, the back gets nothing. Nothing on the wheels either. Kind of wish there was. I'm glad they at least painted the cab. And he does have the clear windows, and they are a little uneven. Just a little bit. So much. It's very hard to tell, but they are slightly uneven. Womp womp. I forgot to mention, they actually painted the side windows, unlike a certain Motormaster I reviewed today, which didn't bother to paint the side windows for some reason. But it bothered to paint like half of it. Not even, it was like 10% of the window was painted. I mean, this figure's just good looking in his alt form. There's nothing else to say. It's just a great looking alternate form. There's no way to put it. This thing was great at the time, and it's still great today, so let's just get to the thoughts. This thing's a classic figure to me, and it is probably, definitively, in my opinion, my favorite Age of Extinction toy. It is. I think it is. I think that this toy is like crazy good, and I don't think it's an overhyped toy at all. I think this one's a great one. If you ever found it, I would recommend it wholeheartedly. I'm sure someday we'll get another Evasion Mode Prime, the Studio Series, you know, when Studio Series runs out of ideas, which they're kind of running low on now. I think that's why the 86 line kind of exists, is because, yeah, you can only do the movies for so long. Also, they've avoided skids and mudflap for this long. I think they're like into the 100 at this point, right? They have to be. They have to be either really close or into it. Like, they are missing just a couple of guys from the movies at this rate. And that's it. Like, that's all they're missing is a couple of characters, and, like, the Bay movies are done for Studio Series. That's what I heard. There also might be branching into games, which would be cool. I'm not gonna lie, that would be awesome if they did the War for Cybertron games. That'd be awesome. War for and Fall of, that would be amazing. I don't think anyone would be mad if that happened. But as far as things go, this guy is still really great, even if it's... Like, this figure, even if you find him, he's not going to be missing pieces. That's one thing I have to say. I think if you find this guy, he's not going to be missing anything, because he has nothing he can lose. So that's awesome. So this guy secondhand is going to be quite complete. Probably other than this, but oh well. I mean, he does just look amazing, and I can't really knock him, and I can't... Man, I hate giving 2 Optimus Primes a 5 out of 5, but I kind of have to. This one's just about as... I'm not going to say it's just about as good, but this figure's too good not to. He has good articulation. He has a relatively cool transformation. The arms, once you figure them out, I kind of figured them out mid-thing there. The robot mode looks great. Alt mode looks great. He's just great. He's an amazing toy, and I think most people share that with me, that I think that this is an amazing toy, and that he's probably one of the best, if not the best, from the Age of Extinction movie line. So this has been Eilt, Elite, signing out.